Today we will discuss about the medieval history of India. And medieval history started from 8th century and lasted till 18th century. After 18th century, modern history of India started, and before 8th century or BC or AD is considered as ancient history of India. In sometimes few historians wrote 7th century as the ancient, sorry, 8th century as the ancient history of India, but most of the historian considered 8th to 18th century as the uh, medieval history of India. So we will discuss about medieval history of India and considering 8th century as the medieval history of India. And today we will discuss about the Palas of Bengal and the province of Bengal from 650 AD to 750 AD, after the decline and the death of the Harshvardhan, was subjected to internal disorder, anarchy, and confusion, which is referred in Matsya Nyaya. After this disorder, people of Bengal started revolt and revolution, and after that revolution, people of Bengal chosen Gopala, the first king of Pala dynasty, and Gopal was also considered as Grahita. It means leading man of Bengal. So Gopal, he was the son of a warrior. His name was Vapyata. Vapyata was the father of Gopal, and sometimes Vapyata is considered as the founder of the Pala dynasty. And but most of the book considered Gopal as the founder of the Pala dynasty, and Gopal consolidated his authority over almost whole of the Bengal. Gopal was an ardent Buddhist, Prachand Buddhist. According to the Tibetan Lama Taranath, Gopala built the celebrated monastery at Odantapura. Odantapura is the modern city of Bihar Sharif. Soon after his accession, Dharmapala involved in the struggle with the two main powers of the time. So, Vapyata was the father of the Gopal, and Gopal was the father of Dharmapal. So, Dharmapal was the son of Gopal, and Dharmapal involved in the three parties struggle, and in three parties struggle, uh, Pala dynasty, Pratiharas, and Rashtrakutas was taken participated, and in that tri-parties struggle, Pala dynasty was the winner, in which Dharmpal was taken participated. And Dharmpal also was a Buddhist and said to have founded the famous Buddhist establishment or university named Vikramshila University in the uh, present day Bhagalpur district. And according to Taranath, uh, who was the Tibetan Lama, he founded, it means Dharmpal was founded 50 religious institution, and was Dharmpal was patron, Sanrakshak of the great Buddhist author, and his name was Hari Bhadra. So Hari Bhadra was given patronage in the court of Dharmapala. And Dharmapala revived the Nalanda University, and for that 200 villages were set apart for meeting its expenses. After Gopal, Dhampal became the uh, ruler, and after Dhampal, Devpal became the ruler of the Pala dynasty of Bengal. Devpal ruled from 810 to 850 AD, and Devpal considered as the mightiest Pala king, a great patron of Buddhism, and he constructed temples and monasteries in Magad. So, Devpala considered as the mightiest Pala king. After a short reign of 3 to 4 years, Vigrahpala abdicated the throne. And who was the Vigrahpala? Vigrahpala was the nephew of the Devpala. Vigrahpala abdicated the throne and he was a patron of Buddhism, and he considered temple and monasteries in the Magad after Devpala, and his nephew Vigrahpala sat on the throne. It means throne. After Devpala, Vigrahpala became the king, and after that, Narayan Pala, who sat on the throne from 850 to 908 AD. Narayan Pala was the son of successor of Vigrahpala, and Narayan Pala proved to be a weak ruler. Bhagalpur inscriptions records that in the 17th century, year of the reign, he granted Mudgagiri. Mudgagiri is the present day of Munger and a village in Tirbhukti. Tirbhukti is, is the present day of Tirhut to shrine of Shiva, and built 1000 temples in the honor of the same deity, that is in the honor of Lord Shiva. Narayan Pala built 1000 temples in Munger, that is Mudgagiri, a village in Tirabhukti, that is Tirhut. After Narayan Pala was succeeded by a weak rulers like Rajyapala, Gopala II, and Vigrahpala II. After that, Mahipal I was became the king, and he was the son of Vigrahpala II. He ascended the throne in 1988 AD. It means Mahipal became the king in 988 AD, and Rajendra Chola from Chola dynasty invaded the Mahipala state and defeated Mahipala. The Tirumalai inscriptions of Rajendra Chola recorded the detail of this conquest of North. So Tirumalai inscriptions of Rajendra Chola records the details of the conquest of the North, in which Rajendra Chola defeated Mahipal I. The invasion, however, did not lead to the establishment of Chola dynasty over the Bengal. It is just a conquest only by the Rajendra Chola. And revolt of Kaivartas took place during his period of Mahipala I. After the death of Mahipala I, the Pala power declined on the account of internal dissension and external invasion. And after that, Rampala became the ruler of the Pala dynasty in 1077 AD to 1133 AD. Ramapala carried out expedition against Kaivaratas, suppressed them, and captured their chief. Ramapala is mentioned in Sandhyakar's Nandi's book named Ramcharitra, which is written by Sandhyakara's Nandis, which is the biography of Ramapala. He was succeeded by Kumarpala. Ramapala was succeeded by Kumarpala, then Gopala III, then Madanpala, who were all weak rulers, and thus by the middle of the 12th century, the Pal power had faded. And if we talk about the Buddhism under the Pal dynasty, so we learned that everyone, whether Gopala, Dharmpala, Devpala, Narayanpala, Mahipala, or Ramapala, all are the follower and patron of Buddhism. So, what are the condition of Buddhism in the Pala dynasty? So, Buddhism under the Pala dynasty, after the Hun destruction of Buddhist monasteries in 6th century AD, Buddhism revived under Pala dynasty again, and Palas or nestly followed Buddhism and newer tantric forms developed under their patronage. Pala king protected the Mahaviras and built new centers near Nalanda. And Sant Rakshita and Dipankar Srijana, also known as Dipankar, also known as Atisha, went to Tibet on a Buddhist mission in 11th century, and Srijana later went to Java and learned Buddhist scriptures there. Palas were also generous toward Hinduism and constructed many Hindu temples. Collapse of Pala dynasty also resulted in the decline of Buddhism. So Pala dynasty was the great patroness of Buddhism, and they were ardent Buddhist. Ardent, it means prachand. So it is all about Pala dynasty of Bengal, which started in 750, it means 8th century, and lasted in the 12th century in 1130 AD.